In this guided meditation, we're healing emotional baggage from past relationships, and clearing relationship baggage. I'm going to be walking you through a process of letting go of emotional baggage and clearing relationship baggage. As we begin, bring your attention to your breathing, and with every breath, just relax deeper and deeper, letting all of those thoughts of your day come on in and drift on by as if they were a bird or a cloud in the sky, drifting further and further with every breath, relaxing more and more with every breath, letting all of that weight you've been carrying on your shoulders melt away, relaxing, releasing, and letting go. More and more with every breath. And as we go through this journey today to heal emotional baggage and to clear any past relationship baggage, I want you to let the power of that subconscious mind take you wherever you need to go. And you may follow along with me as we go through this journey, or that wonderful part inside of your mind that knows what's best for you might take you on a completely different journey. Whatever journey you go on today is going to be the right journey for you. So imagine yourself now in your most perfect place, a place where you are absolutely safe and secure, a place where you get to allow that wonderful imagination to run wild, to bring up to the surface of your mind whatever it is that you need to experience. Because there's a part inside of your mind that knows everything that got stuck, where it got stuck, and how to release it. And we're going to let that part of your mind that knows what's best for you take us on your journey today. So imagine yourself in that most perfect place, whether it would be daytime or nighttime, whether you would be indoors or outdoors. And just let that perfect place develop. And as we go through this process today, as we go through your journey today, let your mind create whatever it needs for you. Let it bring you the most perfect thoughts and memories and moments that hold the keys for your release. So imagine now that wonderful part inside of your subconscious mind that knows everything that got stuck, where it got stuck, and how to release it today as an amazing wizard. And I want you to imagine that wizard now taking you on your journey to discover, uncover, and release all of these times and moments in your life that have been holding the keys to releasing your emotional baggage today. And I want you to imagine that wizard now taking you on a journey through space and time to one specific memory that holds a key to transforming your old emotional baggage and triggers, to release those old emotions, to process those old emotions in a way that is best for you now, with the tools and the skills that you have now that you didn't necessarily have back then. So imagine that wizard taking you through space and time, all the way back to one specific memory. You don't have to search for it. You don't have to look for it. That wizard knows exactly the right memory to bring you to. So imagine that memory now, and imagine in that memory whether you would be indoors or outdoors, whether it would be daytime or nighttime. Notice who would be around you in that memory and how old you would be in that memory. And I want you to begin observing this memory as if you were a third party. And I want you to observe what that younger self was going through, how they chose to cope with that experience because they didn't have the tools to process it. And I want you now to imagine if you were that child's perfect parent, what would you want them to know now that they didn't know then? And imagine sitting with that child for a moment, or that younger self for a moment, and give them the space and the freedom to process whatever emotion it was that got stuck back then, in whatever way they need to. And all you have to do is give them permission and freedom while you hold space so that they can experience whatever emotion they need to. They might get angry. They might get sad. They might feel pain or hurt, whatever emotion they didn't have the safety or tools to experience back then. I want you to become that perfect parent in this moment, here and now, and I want you to give them that freedom. To cry if they need to cry, to yell if they need to yell. Whatever it is, give them the space and the freedom in your mind right here and now to do what they couldn't back then. Spending a few moments and experiencing those emotions coming up and out. Because the fastest way through any emotion is right into it. And we can process through any emotion in less than 5 minutes if we give ourselves the freedom to go into it instead of running from it. So give that child the next 5 minutes to experience that emotion as I guide you through this process. First, acknowledging that this is an emotion that that child is feeling. And then realize that it is a valid emotion that you deserve to feel whenever you need to. Realizing that every single emotion can be used like a tool. But we have to know how to use the right tool for the right job. Because if you're feeling sad or angry, you can't pile happy on top of it. It's simply not going to work. But by giving yourself the freedom to experience the emotion whenever you need to for 5 minutes, you allow yourself the freedom to process through it until you're done with it. So for the next 4 minutes now, magnified, amplified, intensified, make every single one of these emotions that you couldn't feel back then larger than life. Let that wizard amplify those emotions inside of you. And for the next 4 minutes, just allow those emotions to overwhelm you, getting bigger and bigger, magnified, amplified, intensified, exploring those emotions until you reach the bottom. Three minutes. And for these next 3 minutes, making those emotions even bigger, allowing any of those emotions to come in waves, one wave after another wave, stronger and stronger. And that one emotion that you started with may transform into another emotion as you get deeper. And letting those emotions come in, wave after wave, one after the other. And for these next 2 minutes, what you may begin to notice is that no matter how strong you try to make these emotions, as you give yourself the freedom to experience them, they will continue to slip further and further from you. Because at the bottom of these emotions, when you are done with the process, what you will find as we go through this last minute is that there will be a natural byproduct of peace simply by giving yourself the freedom to experience your emotions whenever you need to. And allowing those final emotions to come to the surface, magnified, amplified, intensified, and just like waves coming in, beginning to experience those emotions rolling away further and further, leaving you with that amazing sense of peace and calm, as if you were sitting on the ocean. And now imagine sitting on that ocean with your feet in the sand, experiencing all of those emotions that you no longer need, as colors being carried away by the waves down to the very depths of the ocean itself. All of those old emotions that you no longer need, all of that excess baggage that you no longer need, released from your field, carried away by the ocean, all the way to the very depths of the ocean, and then transformed and returned back to the universe as something better for you. And experience now all of those emotions that you do need being returned to you as waves of light, filling up every single empty space or place inside, allowing you in this moment to feel whole, full, and complete. The weight of all of that baggage that you've been holding on to now released, so that you can approach every other communication and every other relationship that you have in your life with a tremendous strength, as you allow yourself the freedom to learn how to be vulnerable and how to build a strong foundation with yourself and with all of those around you. Because if you continue showing up for yourself authentically and providing ways in your mind to allow yourself to feel safe enough to bring yourself to another level of authentic vulnerability, you will continue improving the relationship with yourself and the relationship with those around you easily and effortlessly by showing up for yourself authentically. So letting all of those old programs and thoughts and beliefs, all of that old emotional baggage, release from your field. Letting that emotional baggage be carried away by the wind, further and further from you. And bringing back with you every piece and part of powerful emotional strength, magnified and amplified and intensified inside of you. And now bringing your attention back to your breathing, bringing your attention back to present state, present time. Letting all of those good feelings integrate now into your mind, into your body, into your soul. Letting that wizard begin to create in the background all of those positive programs and beliefs that work better for you. Bringing yourself back to present state, present time, back into this body here and now, and opening your eyes when you're ready.